I'm Peter Fitzgerald, and welcome to PeteCast. Today we're discussing a recent internet fracas regarding certain voices objecting to kink and the BDSM community's visibility at gay pride. Recently, a YouTuber named Vaush, or I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Vache, which is the French word for cow, asserted that kink is no longer valid at gay pride parades. His argument stated that the community has outgrown kink, and that it holds people back from enjoying pride. But to me, these arguments sound like they're coming from people who might do well to become educated about kink and gay leathermen, both title holders and BDSM players alike. In fact, I was Mr. Los Angeles Leather in 2001, and in my year, we raised money for 9/11 charities because that was what was needed at the time. And that tradition continues for many of our LA Leather title holders for any number of issues facing the gay community, and it will for many years to come. In 2019, I filmed interviews with a number of venerated leatherfolk about kink for my documentary, Butch Please. The kink community has stood the test of time for more than 50 years on the public stage. Not to mention individuals that have come forward as community leaders from this same community. The following interview with Darkqwolf was filmed May the 24th, 2019. I think it might serve as an opportunity for Vash and anyone that might not know enough about leatherfolk to take a closer look before taking aim at this community.
Had so many friends watch the gay pride parade who are gay, and they say all they ever show are the drag queens and the leather guys.
Right.
We're sort of a segment of the population that is unknown. Do you feel that the leather community should stay insular and stay away from the public eye?
There are two leather communities. There is leather traditionally as it is about sex and sexuality, which obviously I think that you can't bring that to middle America. But then there's the other leather community that is more socially conscious, more about community service, and I guess it wouldn't hurt if it did.
So what could middle America learn about the leather community that's the play part that they don't know?
Essentially, sexual freedom, expression, and maybe even self-acceptance and awareness.
So there's seems to be a quick need to get scared of it and make fun of it.
Right. Because the outsides are not traditional. And for better or for worse, you have the village people who have become the caricatures for what is to be gay. And that has been an everlasting and enduring image. We haven't been able to shake it. And the other thing is that people automatically think leather is about S&M, which it's not. Leather isn't about a horrible act of violence. Leather is mostly, at the base, it's about sex and sexuality. It's about how you feel, what you are attracted to, and going after it in a way that is freeing because you're outside of societal norms. It's a playground, if you will. You get to do what you want, be what you want to be with whom you want to be.
I'm asking people, gay men who are into leather, what the earliest, let's say, influences you had?
Peter Berlin and That Boy. I loved how he looked because he wore this really skin-tight clothing and his anatomy was pronounced, and it was just so hot and sexy to me. And I wasn't into leather then. And it's funny how the seeds get planted along the way, you don't even know that it's happening. But I wanted to dress like him.
Well, let's say in a black church, how would they look upon leather? And what can we say to those people?
In the black community, most people would not think or guess it's very conservative because the church plays such a strong role in the Black community. Those religious mores and values have held fast. So if I were to walk in front of a Black church on like Sunday as they were letting out, the looks, the stares, they would instantly think that I'm going to hell. It's an abomination. I love that word. They love that word, abomination. Yeah, in the Black community, it is a taboo. It's a serious taboo.
Indeed, yeah.
I think that the fluidity in my masculinity comes from me not giving not caring what anyone thinks. You know, I think that's what makes me as masculine as people think that people perceive me to be, is because a man doesn't answer to anyone, and I don't. I'm not doing it from here, but I'm just walking through. I'm not answering to you, and that comes off as masculine to people. But I accepted my masculinity because I think a lot of gay men go through this arc where they're teased and called gay and all those names, and I think we play into that, and maybe in our teens and in our 20s, we're like super gay and we're like feminine, and now we're out and we can do what we want and we can really embrace all those feminine things that we loved when we were kids. And then as we get older, we think like we should turn into men and all that jazz. But
do we?
Some of us do.
Yeah. So what was that particular moment for you?
Finding leather.
Cool.
Leather gave me leather gave me a way to explore masculinity in a way that was absolutely gay. I didn't want to kind of go back in the closet in a way, and leather was perfect because it was all men and they were gay, and it had nothing to do with straight men or trying to emulate something that was straight. It was absolutely homosexual, and that's what I love about leather. And it
me too.
Turned me into more of a guy, if you will.
I think it turned me into more confident. In a way, it fit me. When I was first looked at the title world, I thought, oh, that was cute. Mm-hmm. And then when I got into it, I realized everybody's got their hair down. Mm-hmm. Everybody's really relaxed in their bodies as a man.
Absolutely.
And I thought, this is perfect for me.
And I wanted to become Mr. Eagle because it's a great bar. I'd worked there in that bar for many years. Oh. And I just wanted to it was a way for me to give back to my bar by doing things in the bar as far as events.
How butch do your friends think you are?
How butch do my friends think that I am? I am a self-identified butch queen. So semi-butch, 50% butch.
Okay, the butch spectrum. 1 being the least butch and 10 being the most butch. What number would you give yourself?
A 5.
A 5?
I'm a solid 5.
Okay. I'm about a 7 in terms of the masculinity scale, as far as I see, but I still can't figure out what masculinity is. I just know that I own my male energy, and that's really what we're talking about.
I think that is exactly what it is, and I think that that's why I'm a 5, because I own my male energy as well as I own my female energy. I think masculinity scares a lot of guys, a lot of gay men actually, because it seems like something that is straight. It harkens back to abuse and discrimination that they felt when they were kids.
And they make fun of them.
Yes.
Because they want them to be Nelly. They want them to think that you're just putting this on, but you really go home and wear a dress.
Absolutely. A lot of gay men see men who are in leather, and that's the thing that you hear it all the time. It's just drag, because they think that we're covering up, that we're really these feminine things that go home and we put on dresses and all that.
Man smells. Elaborate.
Man, I love how that. Man smell. Well, what? Actually, I can elaborate on man smells. I like a natural smelling armpit. I was just actually with a friend in downstairs in the Leather Mart today, and He's like, I gotta take a shower. I'm like, oh, do you smell? And he's like, yeah. And he put his arm up and I smelled him. I'm like, oh, you smell really good.
It just knocks the back of my head off.
Yeah.
Boom! I have a Kennedy moment. Great. Well, this has been an absolutely terrific interview. Thank you so much.
I had so much fun.
Yeah, you're great.
If you're curious about gay leather, check out avatarla.org. Please make a donation to my Patreon or Venmo me, Peter Fitzgerald, at Butch Please. Thank you.